You got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. The 6th seed versus the 1 seed, and this time is not in Buffalo. Guys, Denver is hosting a playoff football game for the first time since 2015. The same season that ended Peyton Manning's ride off into the sunset and the Lombardi Trophy coming home. It's a full circle energy. That Super Bowl was played in Santa Clara, the site of this year's Super Bowl. Guys, Sean Payton has been pointing west all season long. Literally, head west. That has been the rallying call since the preseason. Head west, head west, head west, head west. Now let's talk about how we got here. Because, guys, the Buffalo Bills just snapped a playoff drought they probably didn't even realize was that bad. Their win in Jacksonville last week was their first road playoff win since 1993. Over 30 years ago. That is wild. Both franchises have been to AFC Championship games 10 times. Somebody's getting number 11 on Saturday. And history is leaning toward Buffalo. This is the playoff rematch from last season when the Buffalo Bills smacked the Denver Broncos 31-17 in a wildcard round. And since 2000, teams that meet in back-to-back postseason usually see the same result. 13 out of 19 times the same team wins again. But this Denver Broncos team, they're a lot different than last year's Denver Broncos team. So let's get to 3 storylines that are actually going to decide this game. Guys, the first one. The time is now for Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Denver did not stumble into the number 1 seed. 14 wins, 3 losses. Every loss by 1 score. This team has been rock solid all year long. Bo Nix doesn't put up video game numbers, but he's elite when it matters. 7 game winning drives this season. That's not luck. That's poise. Payton has done a masterful job scheming this offense around timing, balance, and situational football. Nick spreads the ball around great. Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, Evan Ingram. Nobody has to be Superman. They all just got to be average at best. And here's the chess move. Buffalo's pass defense is number 1 in the league. Forcing it through the air might be playing into their hands. That puts the spotlight on rookie running back RJ Harvey. Since week 11, he's been the guy. Nearly 900 scrimmage yards, 12 touchdowns, dangerous in the red zone, dangerous catching the football, and consistently running downhill. Now, he is still a work in progress, but you know what? He's showing growth each and every week. And then there's Bo Nix' legs. Guys, Bo Nix has quietly been awful against quarterbacks who run. Buffalo has quietly been awful against quarterbacks who run. They have allowed nearly 7 yards per carry to quarterbacks this season. If Bo Nix tucks it and takes what's there, that's going to be a problem all game long. This game feels like moment Peyton envisioned when he took the job. Young quarterback, home playoff game, control the tempo, don't blink. But standing in the way is storyline number 2, because that is the one and only Josh Allen. Guys, Josh Allen is playing yet in another elite defense. Josh Allen looked beat up last week, bruised, battered, and still delivered a game-winning drive. That's just who he is. He is the MVP. He is Superman. But when he walks into arguably the nastiest pass rush in football, which Denver has 68 sacks this season, 11 more than anybody else, 4 different players with 7+ sacks, that's absurd. And then they did it 2 years in a row. Jonathan Cooper, Jack Allen, John Franklin Myers, they all come in waves. Who do you stop? Josh Allen has been sacked a career-high 40 times this season, and last week he was under pressure over a third of his dropbacks. Somehow, he still carved up the Jacksonville defense and when it mattered most. Here's the issue. Buffalo Bills receiving core, simply put, is banged up. They lost more guys last week, and Denver's secondary is led by the best corner in all of football, Patrick Surtain II. So once again, Buffalo's season might come down to Allen doing everything, throwing, running, escaping, creating. He's averaging over 310 yards total per playoff game, the most in postseason history. That's insane. But how long can one guy carry the load against this kind of defense? That is the question. And then this storyline, 3 spells it all out. Does last year's playoff game tell us anything? Guys, on paper, 31-7 looks like total domination. But that game was closer earlier than people remember. Denver scored first and had a chance to tie before halftime. Then Buffalo flipped the switch in the third quarter and never looked back. The key was the running game. Buffalo ran for over 200 yards, controlled the ball, kept Bo Nix on the sideline, and once Denver fell behind, the game tilted fast. James Cook went off in that game. Now, he was quiet last week. Buffalo would love to get him going again. He hit a deep shot early and then cooled off. Ended up leading Denver in rushing, and Sean Payton even called a fake punt early, which told you knew he was swimming upstream. This time, the setting is different. Altitude, noise, cold. Denver is a better team than they were a year ago, but the margin is razor thin. So this game boils down to this. Do you trust a battle-tested MVP who refuses to go down, or a young quarterback and a head coach who has built this season for this exact moment? Does Buffalo Bills repeat history, or does Denver finally break through at home? Guys, drop your takes in the comments down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/manhour.